Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Talks with Craig. Thanks for joining me today, and I just want to pick up on a bit of a theme that we've been talking about the last few weeks is some invitations from Jesus. So a couple weeks ago we talked about the invitation from Jesus to come and spend some time with him. When he first called his first disciples, they kind of started following him and they asked him where he was staying, and he said, "Come and see," and they spent the day with Jesus, and that was a day that changed their lives. So come and be with me, or come and spend some time with me. Last week we talked about this invitation from Jesus to follow him, to come and follow him, and we talked about sort of observing him and imitating him, listening to him and obeying him. You know, what does it look like to follow Jesus? And today I want to talk a bit about the invitation to believe in Jesus. A couple times Jesus is talking to people through the Gospels, and he invites them to believe in him or put their faith in him. John 3:16 is one of those famous verses, you know, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him would not perish but have eternal life." On another occasion, when Jesus is going to when he found out about Lazarus being sick, and eventually Lazarus died, and Jesus went to be with the family and with his sisters, and he said to Martha, "I am the resurrection and the life. Everyone who believes in me will not die, but will live." And this idea that we can have eternal, everlasting life with Jesus if we believe in him. And I think that the invitation to Jesus is not just to believe in him for eternal life, but to believe in him for the fullness of life today. John 10, verse 10, Jesus said to his disciples that he came that we could have life and have it to the full. This fullness of life, this eternal life, this everlasting life is an invitation from Jesus if we believe in him. So today I was kind of thinking, you know, what does it mean to believe in something or someone? And if you were to look that up in Webster's, Webster's defines it like this: to believe is to accept something as true, genuine, or real. To believe it's true or genuine or real, to accept that or to receive it. So to believe in Jesus would be to accept that Jesus is true, he's genuine, he's real, he's the real deal. Another way that Webster's defines it is to have a firm, wholehearted conviction about something or someone. So again, the invitation from Jesus to believe in him would be to say that we have a firm, wholehearted conviction in him. My personal definition of belief when it comes to the biblical understanding and Jesus' invitation to believe in him is to put our confidence in him. Or the other question would be, you know, in who or in what are we placing our confidence? So I want to ask you a question as we consider this invitation to believe in Jesus. What are some of the things, or who are some of the people that you've put your confidence in? And I think during this COVID reality that we've been in now for about 6 months, since things began to lock down, we're now kind of reopening and stuff, but these last 6 months have probably been a time for you to reevaluate some things and maybe ask the question, in whom or in what have I placed my confidence? You know, if we've placed our confidence in the economic systems of the world, those have kind of been obliterated. If we put our confidence in the health system, maybe that's been challenged during this COVID reality. If we put our confidence in the education system, you know, if we've put our confidence, maybe there's people in our lives who've let us down through this season. Maybe even in our church, there's been people who have let you down. You've put your confidence, you've put your confidence in somebody and they maybe haven't responded the way you thought. And that's been a letdown. I think COVID has been an opportunity for us to reevaluate, but it's also been an opportunity for us to experience Jesus in deeper ways. And this invitation to believe in Jesus, I think especially in these days, is a really important invitation. The question, you know, have you put your full confidence in Jesus? I don't know what you're going through today. I don't know what struggles you're facing. I know a lot of the struggles that are out there. I know a lot of the struggles that different people are facing. I don't know what you specifically are facing. But I believe Jesus is inviting you today to put your full confidence in him. On one occasion, Jesus was talking to his disciples, and he's asking them, who do the people say I am, or who do the crowd say I am? And so they start saying, this person, that person, this prophet, some think you're Elijah, others think you're John the Baptist. And then he says to Peter, he turns to Peter and he says, who do you say I am? And it was a challenging question because basically Jesus was asking him this question, do you believe that I am who I say I am? Who do you say I am? And Peter said, you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one who came to give us the fullness of life. He didn't quite say it like that, but he did say that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God. I want to ask you the question, who do you say Jesus is? Have you placed your full confidence in him? Do you believe that he is the one who came to give you a full, abundant life, both today and in the days to come, and for eternity? That if you've put your full confidence in him, you will have the fullness of life today and life everlasting because of Jesus. He is our everything. He is the Messiah. He is the Son of God. He is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He is God who came among us, to dwell among us, to change our lives, to transform us, as we talked about last week, to follow him into the fullness of life that he has in mind for us. So I want to encourage you, put your full confidence in Jesus, believe in him, accept him as the true, genuine, and real deal, because he is. And I hope that as you put your faith and trust in him, as you put your full confidence in Jesus, you will experience him in profound ways. My prayer for you today is that you will experience the fullness of his presence in your life, that you will have peace and joy, that you will sense that he is with you, and that you will know his provision for whatever it is that you need. May Jesus be the real deal for you, and may you put your belief in him. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next week as we talk about another next step with Jesus. Today's next step was to believe in him. So we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for joining me.